Welcome back to Uncommon Experts. Today my guest is Mark Allen Grainger. So Mark, you guarantee your clients 15 to 144% increase in sales based upon the power of relationship branding. So tell me exactly what is relationship branding and how does it work so well?
The most important thing for people to understand is to communicate with an intention. Most people don't understand to set an intention before you go and communicate. So they're really communicating from a place of default as opposed to a place of design. Relationship branding is a specific step-by-step process that's duplicatable, transferable, and predictable. It's something that people can do, and it's designed specifically to increase value and deepen the relationship with intention. And therefore, you can create a system. A lot of companies talk about relationship branding. I'm sure you've talked about that, or relationship selling, where they love the idea. They'll say, oh, it's all about the relationship. It's all about the relationship. And I've seen company after company after company talk about how important it is to have a relationship with the client. Yet, when you look deeper within, they have no structure on how to create that relationship. They don't train their staff on how to create a relationship. They don't train their staff on how to communicate effectively to deepen that relationship.
Right.
Now, I think a lot of people have a knack for connecting with people. Connecting is a pretty natural thing to occur with people. And I think that a lot of people, by default, stumble into relationships or do some things that allow their relationships to be functional. I think a lot of people have a knack for relationships, and they might do things that allow their relationships to be functional and even successful. The question I ask, is it the ultimate professional relationship where you're invited to their home, where you have their cell phone, where they return your call as soon as possible because they understand that interacting with you inspires them.
Right.
It focuses them on a direction. And so I think it's pretty pathetic how companies have no real understanding of what it truly means to build a relationship with their customers. That's why what I do also works extremely well for companies that are interested in customer service, is because we're talking about building that relationship. And there are certain skill sets that are easy to learn, anyone can do, that allow that relationship to evolve to something that's more inspiring, more authentic, and allows that connection to actually serve as a form of value. I think it's pathetic that an organization would come out with a new product priced anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, and they can't sell it, especially if they've been in the industry for 5 or plus years. I had a case in point where I had a client when I used to sell radio advertising. His name was Mike Connor, and he was one of my close clients. I had built a great relationship with him, and my boss had pulled me into the office, not my sales manager, but my actual general manager. And he pulled me into his office, and we're having a conversation one day, like we did quite often. And he said, hey, we have a new package coming out on Monday, and it's $6,000, and it was this big cluster presentation, all 6 radio stations. It was a very good program. And he goes, I've already tried to sell it, and he pitched it to like 7 different clients. And I said, well, I know someone who will buy it right now. However, we're going to have to give them the ability to make payments over 60 days because he's already on the air, and he can't afford to just drop $6,000. He needs the cash flow.
All right.
Picked up the phone, explained it to him. He said, let me know the next morning. We called the next morning. He was ready to go, and he said, I will need 60 days to be able to pay this. Can we work out a payment arrangement? And my boss looked at me, and his jaw almost dropped. And it's because I don't think he'd ever seen anyone who had such a relationship with their customer to where they sit down, they open up their life, they open up their heart, and they begin to explain their challenges, their fears, and they really start to get intimate with you because they see that you're not only a source of ideas, direction, and results, but a genuine source of support, someone that they can believe in because you believe in them. People want to be inspired. People need to be inspired.
Yeah.
And I think that most people have never really thought that inspiration can be a skill set that actually works to get what you want in life and to touch people's lives. So that is really what relationship branding is, and it helps you be able to understand that when you take the time to educate yourself on the relationship skills and the communication skills there, that it also spills over into your personal life. You're going to see a more intimate relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your family, and I don't think there's anything more important in life than being able to craft moments with the people that are really important to you so that they're inspired and they create memories. And you can do that by design. You don't have to no longer you don't have to do it by default. So most organizations, they have no process that teaches people how to make these connections. They have no process or formal protocol that people follow to truly be of service to their clients. And that's what relationship branding is it shows you how to take a client that you just get introduced to and systematically walk them down the path to where the trust, the intimacy, and the connection is increased. And then on top of that, they see that you have the ability to provide a solution for them. So it's also important that you have the ability to deliver on what you do. But people are leaving tons of money on the table right now. They're leaving thousands of dollars on the table simply because they haven't taken the time to really understand how to turn what is a good relationship into the ultimate professional relationship. And that's what relationship branding does. It shows you how to do that step-by-step process. Anyone can do it. It's simple, and it works.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing that today. When we come back to Uncommon Experts, Mark will discuss relating with integrity.